Marvel wasted what could have been their most disturbing and gruesome villain yet. Imagine a villain so twisted, he turns murder into art. A character so enigmatic, his very presence sends chills down your spine. This is Muse, a terrifying blend of artist and killer from Marvel Comics. Yet, in Daredevil Born Again, this complex antagonist was reduced to a mere footnote. Today, we delve into how Marvel squandered one of its most chilling villains. Marvel has a habit of building incredible villains only to let them fall by the wayside, but few missed opportunities sting quite like the tragic underoos of Muse, a character who could have been the MCU's most disturbing, psychologically haunting villain yet. A murderer who sees bloodshed as art, a ghostly presence even Daredevil can't detect, and a walking nightmare whose twisted philosophy makes him unforgettable in the comics. Yet in Daredevil, Born Again, Muse was introduced, teased and tossed aside. Today, we're diving deep into how Marvel wasted one of its most terrifying villains, and what could have been. Muse debuted in Daredevil Vol. 5.11 in 2016, written by Charles Soule. From the moment he appeared, it was clear this wasn't just another street-level thug. This was a monster masquerading as an artist. Muse's first known artwork was a mural painted using the blood of over 100 victims, discovered by the vigilante Blind Spot. It set the tone for Muse's deeply unsettling nature. What separates Muse from your average Marvel villain is not just his methods, but his twisted mindset. He believes he's not taking lives, he's immortalizing them, turning death into beauty. He views his murders as a gift to the world, something for people to admire and contemplate. And unlike most villains who rant about power or revenge, Muse is chillingly calm, poetic, and almost serene. That philosophical edge makes him more than a killer. He's an artist with a nightmare vision of the world. Muse's strength lies in what we don't know about him. His real name, unknown. His past, a mystery. We don't even fully understand what he is. It's hinted he might be an inhuman, awakened by Terrigenesis. But even that's never confirmed. This ambiguity is what makes Muse so effective. He simply appears like a ghost, leaving horror in his wake. And then there are his powers, or rather, his eerie ability to evade Daredevil's senses. In the comics, Muse is like a black hole of sensory input. Matt Murdock, who can hear a heartbeat across a room, can't even feel Muse's presence. That turns every confrontation into a nightmare. Matt is blind, relying on those senses to survive, and suddenly they're useless. That dynamic changes everything. It becomes a game of wits, not fists, a horror thriller instead of a brawl. So when Muse finally appeared in Daredevil, Born Again, fans were ecstatic. Introduced towards the end of episode 4, Muse had everything going for him. That chilling first appearance, carrying a lifeless body, calmly draining its blood like he was prepping for a paint job, was absolutely on brand. Marvel nailed the tone. It was gruesome, disturbing, and most importantly faithful. But then, things started to go sideways. Episode 5. Muse was gone. Completely ghosted. Episode 6 brought him back for a brutal showdown with Daredevil, and for a moment, the show felt like it was finding its groove again. Daredevil back in the suit, Muse fighting with terrifying intensity. But then we realize, this Muse wasn't special. No powers, no mysterious aura. He's just a masked killer, a bloodthirsty lunatic. The one thing that made Muse unique, his sensory invisibility, was completely erased. And with it, so was the core psychological tension between him and Daredevil. That's where the real heartbreak lies. Imagine a version of Born Again where Muse's murders send waves of panic through the city, not just because of the body count, but because no one, not even Daredevil, can find him. Each victim is another work of art, a message, a taunt. The media starts glorifying or debating him. Is he evil, or just misunderstood? Some even admire his work. Daredevil, already grappling with his role as judge, jury, and executioner, starts questioning himself. If Muse sees death as art, and society starts listening, where does that leave Matt Murdock's definition of justice? Pair that with Kingpin's rise to power, and you've got a multi-layered narrative: chaos versus control, art versus order, morality versus madness. Muse could have forced Daredevil to question everything. Instead, we got Bastion Cooper. The second Muse was revealed to be a character we casually met in episode 1. The mystery died. Gone was the terror of the unknown, the ambiguity, the mythology. Suddenly, Muse wasn't a ghost. He was just a dude with a traumatic backstory. Worse, his plan unraveled completely. Instead of escalating his killings, or going after Daredevil directly, he makes the baffling decision to kill Heather, the woman whose sketches he had in his hideout. This is a man who slaughtered 60 people without anyone noticing. He was a calculating predator. Now, he's a slasher movie reject. And his final move. Suicide. That's it. No mastermind escape. No comeback. Just gone. To top it off, Heather kills him. The task force gets the credit. Daredevil's left with nothing. Muse, once a phantom of artistic horror, exits the MCU like an afterthought. Unfortunately, this isn't new. Marvel has made a habit of undercutting its best villains. Ulysses Klaue, played by Andy Serkis, had charisma, a connection to Wakanda, and the perfect mix of madness and genius. Gone in Black Panther without reaching his full potential. Quicksilver, dead in one movie. One of the most iconic speedsters in Marvel history, wasted. Ultron, reduced to a snarky robot in Age of Ultron. A villain who, in the comics, haunts the Avengers for decades, was defeated in 2 hours. Killian as the fake Mandarin. Maria Hill, barely developed then casually killed in Secret Invasion. It's a pattern, incredible potential introduced then abandoned. Muse could have been the MCU's Joker. A villain who doesn't want money or power, just chaos, art, and meaning in madness. Instead, we got a quick scare and a rushed ending. Imagine if Marvel had the guts to go all in, to explore the horror, the morality, the fear. Muse could have changed the game. But now, he's just another name on the list of what could have been. What did you think of Muse in Daredevil, Born Again? Was he done dirty, or did Marvel do enough? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into Marvel's best and worst storytelling moments, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Until next time, stay sharp and beware the art on your walls.